I'm ready. We're on.
Oh, okay. So my presentation is over sports flow or being in the zone. And I'm sure with all the athletes in here, at some point or another, you've been in the zone or experienced flow, unstoppable on the court or on the field or whatever. So what is flow? According to L. Carter, flow is defined as a person's sense of joy, creativity, and experience of total involvement in life. Mihaly, okay, I can't pronounce this dude's name. So Mr. C defines flow as one's ability to get in the zone, especially athletes who gain full engagement in their athletic performance that involves an ideal balance among focus, enjoyment, and the challenges of a competitive situation and the athlete's skills. So flow involves 8 components: challenging, skill, balance, action awareness, clear goals, feedback, concentration, the sense of control, loss of self-consciousness, and transformation of time. Okay, and so the challenging skills balance is just the balance where the challenges of the situation match the skills of an athlete, and these challenges and skills are at a personally high level, positively affecting your performance. Action awareness is where the athlete is no longer thinking of the hows of performing and just doing it, so just kind of it all comes naturally and it's all flowing naturally. Clear goals refers to having a clear set of strategies, instructions or goals when engaging in an activity. Clear goals allow athletes to evaluate the progress of their action through the automatic assessment of their progress towards a specific goal. Feedback is important for all athletes, from your team and from your coaches, because you want that positive feedback so you know what you're doing good, you know what you need to improve on. Concentration refers to a complete concentration on the task or the event. The athlete must mute all the irrelevant side things and concentrate on the focus on the game. Sense of control. The athlete's performance becomes automatic when athletes assume their skills are stable, effective, and reflective, allowing their skills to match the challenge naturally. Sense of control. The athlete's performance becomes automatic when athletes assume their skills are stable, effective, and reflective. The loss of self-consciousness. In order to optimize performance, self-conscious thoughts regarding the nature of the performance must be eliminated. You can't, if you have to guard or defend someone that's number 1 in the nation or something, you can't tell yourself that they're the number 1. You have to tell yourself that you can do it, that you're just as good as them. All you have to do is compete. And the transformation of time refers to the feeling during the activity that time has transformed beyond physical awareness. Athletes report that the feeling that time has either sped up or slowed down during an event. The peak experience defines a spontaneous and joyful event that absorbs the individual into the moment. The peak performance defines the experience of superior performance during an activity, maximizing one's ability and feelings of the progress. This is kind of meaning that athletes are responding to the demands of competitive events with their skills instead of passively experiencing the competition without action. Why is flow important for athletes? Achieving the peak performance is an important goal for competitive athletes and coaches, and flow can facilitate the outcomes. With the mindset of flow, the mindset and flow tends to push a person to his or her limits, and this is why flow is important to athletes seeking to do their best. Athletes and coaches know that it's difficult to have the body perform at high levels when the mind's not focused. And how to maintain flow. To maintain flow in your sport means you must keep increasing your skills. Increasing the intensity of your skills can lead to increasingly high levels of athletic performance and can even put you in like this unstoppable zone, which is the flow. The verse I have for you today is Romans 9:31 and 32. It says, "But the people of Israel who tried so hard to get right with God by keeping the law never succeeded. Why not? Because they pursued it not by faith, but as if it were by works. They stumbled over the great rocks in their path." I read this verse in a book called Mental Game Techniques for Christian Athletes. And it was just kind of saying that oftentimes we were playing poorly because we focused too much on the role of task, because we do not trust ourselves to get the job done. For example, if you think of a basketball player at the free throw line, or who struggles at the free throw line, the shooter worries about techniques such as bending their knees or following through. And then you have your superior free throw shooter, who focuses on seeing the ball go in, trusting himself or herself, and then letting it go. Proper technique is also important too, but self-trust and faith are both needed when the game is played. If you rely too much on technique and try too hard to control the movement, then you lack faith. Faith is the key component of reaching the point of being in the zone. Trust your technique and execute with faith. And that's all I have. Yes.
What is your personal experience of flow in sports?
My personal experience. I mean, being in the game, when, I don't know, there's a couple times like you feel like you're unstoppable. You've hit everything, you've hit all your shots, like playing great defense. You can pretty much like eliminate all the sounds and crowd noises. Try not to eliminate your coaches yelling at you, but
that's okay too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay.
If you're in the flow.
Yeah, but yeah, you just feel like you're just unstoppable.
Other questions? Come on, you athletes. How would you, if you were to give your athletic peers some advice, what would your advice be for achieving flow? Or would you? Is it a good thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, once you get in the flow and you're unstoppable, that can pretty much determine a game. Someone can't stop you, you're gonna win. You know? You with me?
Right.
Yeah.
So how would you like tell Parsons back there to get in the flow?
Well, probably just, I read something about it, like when you increase your abilities and then you increase who you play. I don't know, it kind of showed like it was like your abilities and who you play and it's going to meet in the middle, and if you get to that peak point, then you'll like your experience flow.
Right, like Csikszentmihalyi said something like that.
I cannot say that.
That's how I have to practice it. I don't think I said it right that time, but I have to look it up. But I think that's what he said. There was a kind of a curve, only there's a point where you reach, where you had a set of 4 points too in that one.
Yeah, and you're going to just reach the peak of it.
But you have to have the right balance of that to get there. Okay, any other questions? Everybody's shy.